Alright, fans and friends, thank you for tuning into this video. And the last few videos I've decided to incorporate previous versions of things I've done except for that Capri, because obviously I've never done one up until that Capri. So with this video, I will obviously be covering, if nobody has called it out already, a Chevrolet Impala. So this is the 1963 from Vintage Car Ad Series. I believe it's 7 or 8. Anyway, there it is, 1963 Chevrolet Impala, last year, the 49th day, GL209. So is there a reason to buy more than one of these? Not really. But if you do happen to find one that offers, hopefully, I don't know yet, because like I said, I think this engine is a smaller displacement engine from the Chevrolet. I only know a few of them, and definitely not pre-1965. But anyway, this is the important thing about the one coming up. So I'll try to get to it as quickly as possible. And as you can see there, the hood does not want to stay open. So this one happened to be from one of my not more popular, but more reliable series, except if you're doing 1969 Chevrolet Camaros. Don't buy the 69 Camaros from Barrett-Jackson. They're all garbage. I brought it up, watched the videos. This is the Chevrolet Impala, so same year as this, SS, so the highest trim level, and the 409 engine. So not really extremely rare. 454 would have been a little bit higher and more common. And then I believe 396 was their other more popular engine, which is what the Chevy Nova that I fixed has. And that one looks really good too. So if you see a Chevy Nova, and if I see another Chevy Nova, I'll for sure buy it. Anyway, this is the SS409. It says convertible, and it technically is, but it is not. And you can see there, it is a convertible, but it is not a convertible in this take of it. I do like those blue rims. The car itself looks really good. I have this nearby, and it looks extremely similar to that. So this was really nice, but it is not Impala nice. So, as you all know, this is the 1963. They are both this version of the car, so they should be extremely similar. What will be dissimilar besides the paint scheme is the fact that the one on the left is a hardtop, the one on the right is not. And as always, one of the things I do like about Barrett-Jackson is they put Barrett-Jackson on the license plate. This is not a Canadian car, but they haven't put it on the front. So while they've literally half crapped this one, where they put it on the back, but they didn't put it on the front. Anyway, we know all the stuff from Greenlight, limited edition, die-cast metal chases for some unknown reason, 14 plus. You can buy Hasbro figures, which are 8 plus, and those things have way more dangerous moving parts than this thing. Anyway, maybe it's because it's metal. Anyway, Series 10, limited edition, and the thing I also don't like about Barrett-Jackson is it doesn't list every car in the series, so you're at a loss. You have to go look it up online, but they're not too reliable with online either, so I mean, do whatever you want. You're an adult, figure it out. 1963 Impala SS409 or 409 SS. They've done it both ways. So say what you want. SS409, 409 SS, restored, previous owner in 2005. Mild upgrade in 2020, some powder coating, burn on the top, hard carpets, exhaust, inch rims, dog-dish hubcaps. But we won't be able to tell if it retains its original floor and trunk pans, because none of that stuff is opened. And its engine, 409 CI V8, made it to its manual transmission, obviously we can't see. And then the edition with the suspension and the brakes, well, how are we going to be able to tell that? Anyway, this is also a series you can leave in its package, more or less. Like the Thunderbird special I did, you're going to lose all this information as soon as you toss this thing out, so just bear that in mind. And I don't remember if I saw, it just says Impala SS. It says nothing about the 409. So obviously we know it's a convertible, but the 409, this little part here is going to be gone with the wind as soon as I take it out of the package. Two lovely shots of the car. That one's exactly on the front of it. 3D for right there, and that's how much it was sold for of 2021. 104th day of last year, and the normal 14562 WB. We know where it's made. And then the 14 plus and all that other fun stuff. So, like I said, one of the main reasons I bought this is because it promises us the 409, which is different from the 396. and the 454, which we normally get with General Motors muscle car. I won't say muscle car, that's what it is. But it's the cars of that era, which happen to be muscle cars, because they chose those huge V8s, usually, but not always, naturally aspirated. And people love to restore them now and sell them. So there you go. Anyway, nice blue tinted Chevrolet Impala, promising us the 409 engine. So I do see a little bit of a gap here on that side and not on that side. It's kind of weird because this one has it on the opposite side. So anyway, nice and easy to see. Both of them in the cabins. They appear to be identical. Wipers even silvery on the panoramic defroster. Because this is not a convertible, it doesn't have usually the silver borders. There's a lot of hair. It has a smooth feel to it. I thought it was gritty, but it turns out there's just crap here on the side. Anyway, gas cap there, identical as what's on the other one. The Impala symbol, exactly the same, and in the same spot. Checkered flag behind the front left of the wheel. The dog dish wheels, so I'm sorry to say that, but it's not evenly painted. The outer sides are more blue than the interior, but this thing, the whole thing except for the center is blue. So they've done that nonsense where they totally messed up the wheels. And you can see what I mean by that. The rear ones are almost solidly painted except for the middle, while the front ones, just the border is. I don't know what's up with that. Greenlight, I mean. And then here's the undercarriage. Pretty much identical. The weird dual exhaust, but it looks very nice. 2021 casting. And they have done that weird thing where they have put the limited edition number as white on silver, so it's 0261. I believe they are the same GL number, 209. Yes, they are, right there, 209. And so there we have it. The undercarriage of the car almost identical to the other one. Even the bumper and everything else is placed in the same spot. Only difference, obviously, is the top casing. This is this blue. That one is that magenta. And so before I open the engine, and it rolls really well. I didn't have a problem with that Impala either. Look at that. This thing just rock and rolls. So what is there left to do? And I know it's not going to stay open, but I like to have that hope. Anything could happen. So hopefully the hood opens. It did not initially want to open. I just noticed the Chevrolet across the front of the hood. I will bring that up. So the bad news is this one, the hood doesn't open quite as much as the other one. You can see there, doesn't want to open. That one will fall, but at least it opens this one. I don't want to break it. And there's the 409. So if this one has the 409 too, I will not be thrilled. But it looks like it does. So there you go, fans and friends. Both of these 1963 Impalas have the 409 engine. So pretty much if you want the vintage car ads or you want this bluish version, they're almost identical, except for obviously the color. This one is not as convertible. This one is, but obviously you cannot convert it. But as you can see here, the vintage ad one, I think, opens just a little bit wider, or not, I could be wrong. I'm gonna let that fire truck finish. And then I don't see any other key differences. I apologize. The hood, I believe, they're identical. Obviously, you can tell the vintage ad one does not want to stay up. But otherwise, I brought this up. I'll bring it up again for about 10 seconds. The engine is the same. So they're both 409s. So therefore, I don't have to remember anything. I now have two Impalas with 409 engines. So let's drag race them because why not? My channel, I can do whatever I want. Almost identical. So, fans and friends, if you are fans of this, the 1963 Chevrolet Impala, vintage ad on the left, Barrett-Jackson on the right, Series 7 on the left, Series 10 on the right, you can't go wrong. They're almost identical except for the coloration, the interior, and obviously the one on the right claims to be a convertible. The one on the left, I don't believe claims to be a convertible. I don't really remember. but they've done the top in such a way that it does not lend itself to be as convertible-y. So anyway, it might be, it might not be. I don't believe it is. I believe that's not a convertible. The windshield is a little bit different. I just noticed the seats, the rest and everything, backrest, really nicely done. While this one is the same, can't go wrong with either of them. So I apologize for the 10 minutes that you have watched this. If you haven't learned anything, well, that's as much on me as it is on you. I have learned that these two share the same engine from the same casting. I brought this up with all those Ford Thunderbirds. Most of the engines are different. Ford has just a high selection as GM. Could have been a 454, 396, but we have here the 409. So, thanks for watching. This is Thomas from Toronto, and to the next one.